Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily tarot predictions for all signs. We are going to start with Aries, and the day that we're doing is February the 9th. February the 9th. Okay. So, Aries, let's see what kind of cards come up for you. Meanwhile, I do offer private readings for those of you who are interested in those, either by phone or by Skype, your preference. The best way to schedule one of those is to use the contact information listed on the website in the description box below this video. Okay, so Aries, you're starting out with the Woodward showing up in reverse. By the way, this is my Wildwood Tarot. You've got the Otter showing up next, and you have the Ten of Bows showing up, Aries. So what do we have going on here? This is really interesting. Looks to me, Aries, like there's somebody who has made a really unfair decision about you because you are able to make a decision that has to do with your heart and your head lining up. So you've made a decision, or you're making a decision that is, and we're looking at tomorrow, so this may be future, not past tense. But you've made a decision that makes sense to you. There's no inner turmoil with you on this decision, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? And because you've been able to make a decision that doesn't cause any kind of inner turmoil inside of you, there's somebody who is judging you unfairly. They're not giving you full credit for this decision. They're not looking at this in a fair way with full perspective. And I think what's going on is you've made a decision to pick up some new responsibilities, whether this is stepping a relationship up, whether this is taking parents to the grocery store, whether this is doing something for somebody else, but picking up some kind of new responsibilities. Maybe you've taken a promotion. You have picked up some kind of new responsibilities, and the decision that you made about picking up these new responsibilities, you had absolutely no turmoil about. Your heart said do it, your head said do it. You were absolutely fine with this, but there's somebody outside of you who is looking at the situation, and they are judging you unfairly. They're basically they're basically saying that this was a bad decision, and they're questioning your motives, is what I'm picking up here, Aries. They're questioning, why did you really do this? Are you doing this because of what you're saying you're doing this because of, or are you doing this for some other reason that you're not sharing? Okay. And so this person has basically decided that you have ulterior motives that you're not sharing, which made you make this decision. However, it's a decision that sits well with you. So it's an unfair judgment against you, Aries. Okay. And so that's for the 9th. Sherry, good morning. Good morning. How are you, my dear? Glad you're here. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever already gave me one of those. I appreciate that. Thank you also for those of you sharing this video. Woot woot. Thank you for those of you just spending some of your precious time with me on a wonderful Saturday morning. Yay. Okay, so let's look at Taurus next for the 9th of February. Good morning, Miss Shakoya. How are you? Taurus. Glad to hear you're doing good, honey. You know me, I'm fantastic. Alive and breathing. I think that's a good start for anybody, and I'm doing what I love to do for my living, so I don't know how life gets any better than this. Alrighty, Taurus, let's take a peek. You have the Wolf showing up in reverse, and you have the Blasted Oak, as well as the Guardian. Okay, so you've got some heavy hitting things going on here, Taurus. What is happening here? Okay. Okay, so Taurus, with the Wolf in reverse, there's something that you're having a hard time letting go of. It's something that it's appropriate to let go of, but it is kind of bittersweet, and you're having a hard time letting go of this thing. Now, here's the situation. This thing was suddenly and unexpectedly removed from your experience, and it was something that you probably thought was always going to be there. It made you feel very secure, But it was stagnating you, like you couldn't expand your horizons or your borders anymore with this thing in your existence. And so this thing was suddenly and unexpectedly removed. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's our trigger. You had a fear come up that you were facing. Okay? And as you were facing this fear, I'm really wanting to put the pieces together in a way that makes sense here. I actually kind of think that you caused this blasted oak situation. You caused something to be suddenly and unexpectedly removed from your experience as you face this fear. I think you've burnt some kind of bridge. Okay? Problem is, I think you knew when you faced that fear, you had to burn this bridge. You knew that. Okay? Problem is, that bridge was pretty comfortable. And so now you're kind of missing that. You're wishing maybe I acted hastily. I kind of missed the comfort that that bridge brought me. Okay? So this is a problem. Okay? And I'm going to explain why this is a problem in the hopes that this will help you to overcome this. So what you did in facing your fear and realizing that that thing had to go was absolutely the right thing. Okay? It was the right thing to get this out of your existence. What's happening though is you're kind of blocking the rest of the story, because normally when something like this goes out of your existence, then what happens is you have to catch your breath a little bit, get back up on your feet, and you realize that there are other things out there that can replace whatever this thing was that brought you a sense of security that is actually better than what you had before. Now, here's where the problem comes in. You've started that journey of getting this thing out of your experience that was making you go stagnant, but now you're halting the process of getting in that thing that replaces it that's better, because you're having a hard time letting go of it, even though you've gotten rid of it. You're still mentally and emotionally holding on to this thing. You're still energetically holding on to this thing. You're basically trying to re-manifest it back into your experience after you've already burnt this bridge. Wasted time. Wasted energy. I know this sounds harsh, but it's wasted time and it's wasted energy. And what it's doing is it's slowing down your growth. It's keeping you from finding that thing that's going to replace this, that's going to be better than whatever this used to be. It's really important, Taurus, for you to let this go peacefully, as quickly as you can, so that you can move on to replacing this and coming out. Because once you replace this, you're in a much better place than where you were when you first started this. Okay? So, Taurus, try to let it go. Really, try to let it go so that the better can come in. Okay? Otherwise, you're stuck in this place of just being miserable, not having the sense of security you used to have, not having a new sense of security, just being miserable. Don't do that to yourself. Please don't do that to yourself. Ripple Snake, welcome back. All right, well, I'm glad that you recognize that. Namaste, my friend. Okay, we're going to look next at Gemini for February 9th. Gemini, February 9th. La, da, 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 da. Thank you guys for the thumbs ups and for sharing this video. Also, I do offer private readings by phone or by Skype. For those of you who are interested, information is in the description box below. Geminis, you have the Great Bear showing up in reverse. By the way, this is my Wildwood Tarot deck. You have the Struggle card showing up right side up. And you have the Home card showing up in reverse. Okay, Geminis, what's going on here? We've already got a trend. 2 out of 3 signs, people are trying to go backwards. Okay. With the Great Bear in reverse, Geminis, you would like to get something, put more energy and effort into something that you've kind of put on the back burner for a while. You would like to take whatever that is off the back burner or off the shelf, dust it off, and start working with it. Give it another chance to move forward. Okay? With it in reverse, you're not able to do that. Maybe this takes the participation of another person. Maybe you're just, for whatever reason, you're just not able to do that. Okay? Now, here's the thing. You've got my struggle card coming up along with this. So this is telling me that you are really, really struggling to bring this thing that you used to be interested in back. Bring this thing that you used to put energy and effort back. You're putting in some struggle to do this. You're putting in some work. You're holding on to hope. You're continuing to move forward. Okay? So far, this isn't happening, even with all the energy and effort that you're putting in. And you're kind of mentally and emotionally getting stuck here. Okay? You're spinning your wheels and you're kind of getting stuck here. And the reason that this is going on is because your home life isn't happy. You're not finding happiness in your life right now. Whether your home life includes a family or whether you live by yourself, you're just not very much finding happiness right now. And so because you're unhappy, you're trying to go back to a situation that used to make you happy before. But here's the problem, Gemini. Things have changed. You've changed. What was making you happy before is not going to be what makes you happy now. And that's part of this. That's part of this struggle. That's part of this stuckness is you're focusing on the past and trying to bring it back to life. And the past can't come back to life because things are not the same as they used to be. So you kind of have to refocus because where this is not going to make you happy now like it used to, you have to figure out what is going to make me happy. This isn't working. Guess what? There was a reason why you quit doing that before. And it's not working now. So it's time to refocus. It's time to figure out what would make me happy and focus on that instead of struggling to bring back something from the past. That's advice for the 9th, Geminis. Okay. That's what your Taurus needs to do. That makes sense for you, huh? All right. Let's look next at Cancer. Let's see if we're going to keep this cycle of trying to go back or holding on to the past going. That's 2 out of 3 signs trying to hold on to the past or go back to the past. We're not even in Mercury retrograde yet. We're just in the shadow space. Okay, Cancer, Cancer, Cancer for February 9th. La da da da, la da da da. Okay, not sure what's going on here yet, but let me show you the cards. We've got the Balance card coming up in reverse. We have the Lynx card. That's really interesting because that's a card I associate with balance, and it's coming in right side up. And we have the Guardian showing up in reverse. So Cancers, you have something interesting going on here. This is really an interesting dynamic. Cancers. Okay, you have, this is you. You're the Lynx. But you have somebody in your life who's not balanced. And when I say not balanced, I mean they're not okay. Like psychologically or emotionally, they're not okay. They don't make sense. Okay? They're not able to think things through in a way that makes sense, which means that they can have some really unrealistic expectations of you or some unrealistic suspicions around you. There's something unrealistic going on coming at you from somebody who's unbalanced. They're not thinking straight. They're not thinking right. Okay? And what we have going on here with you being the Lynx is that instead of recognizing that what this person is throwing at you is unrealistic and not balanced and not okay, you are trying to learn your balance around this person. Now, I will tell you, It's very hard to keep your balance around somebody who is not balanced because of the accommodations that you have to make to keep everything balanced in that situation. To keep things balanced in a situation with somebody who is not balanced and yourself, you have to go out of balance in the opposite direction. Okay? But that's what you're working on. You're trying to keep your balance around this person who is unbalanced on the 9th. And why? Because I think this person's expectations or suspicions or whatever it may be that's unbalanced about them that's coming towards you, that unbalanced energy, I think you've been dealing with it a while, and I think you've faced your fears about it, and you're not really afraid of it. You're like, you know what? That's okay. I've got this figured out. I can be balanced around you. And if that's the case, actually, so there's a couple of ways that this scenario can be working out. If this person is unbalanced and you're trying to keep things balanced and you're learning how to do that, then you are coming way unbalanced yourself, like I said before. The other thing that can be happening is that, and I kind of am leaning more towards this now that we're factoring in this card of you've faced your fears. You're not afraid of this person's unbalance anymore. You're finding your balance anyway. So you're being balanced in spite of their unbalance. You're not letting their unreasonable conditions impact you. You're not trying to jump through their hoops now. You're maintaining your own balance in spite of whatever this person does. And if that wigs this person out even more, that's their deal. They have to deal with that. They have to face their own demon, but you are going to be in a balanced place. And actually, I'm going to say, I think that's more where you are. You're just like, I'm keeping my balance in spite of whatever you're doing over here, buddy. Whether this is a boss or a significant other or whatever, you're determined that you're keeping your balance no matter what. You're staying in a healthy place no matter how cray-cray this person starts acting. Okay? So that's for you, Cancer, for the 9th. Looks actually very healthy. Also looks like quite the struggle. But kudos to you if you can stay in a healthy place with that going on around you. We're getting some deep messages here today. Okay, Leos, you're up next for February 9th. By the way, I do offer private readings for those of you who are interested in those. They can be had either by phone or by Skype. The best way to schedule one of those is to contact me with the contact information listed on the website in the description box below the video. Still shuffling, Leos. I think you guys have a lot on your mind on the 9th. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. Okay, Leo. All right, Wildwood Tarot deck. You have the reunion card showing up, Leo. Followed by the struggle card in reverse. And the Great Bear. I like this. This is really a nice combination. Really a nice combination. So, with the reunion card and the struggle card showing up in reverse, this is telling me that you are getting back together with somebody from your past. Could be a romantic person, romantic interest, romantic partner, could be a friend, could be a family member, but you are getting back together with somebody from your past. And this is pleasant. I think this is somebody that you've been wanting to get back together with for a while. So this is the end of a struggle in that this is actually happening on the 9th. Yay. Yay. And this is happening because there's a reconciliation going on between the two of you. Y'all are getting back on good terms again. And because y'all are getting back on good terms again, now you're coming to this point where you're actually coming together, whether it's in FaceTime, whether it's in person, you guys are actually coming together. So very nice. Very nice. Very, I almost want to say calm, kind of excited energy, actually, more than calm. Happiness making. There is peace there. I like that a lot. Ooh, that was a nice message. Thanks for all the thumbs ups. I do appreciate it. Also, thank you for sharing this video around. Thank you for spending some of your precious time with me here on this wonderful Saturday. Next up, we're going to take a peek at Virgo. This is Virgo for the 9th of February. I do offer private readings either by phone or by Skype, your preference. To schedule one of those, all you have to do is contact me at the information, with the contact information, I should say, listed on the website in the description box below. Virgo, Virgo, where did you go? Oh, Virgo, people are looking for you. Did you go into isolation, Virgo? Have you been shutting your phone off or ignoring it? La da da, la da 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 da. Virgos, what you have is the Green Woman showing up in reverse. And the Five of Vessels, or my Ecstasy card. By the way, this is my Wildwood Tarot deck. And you have the Four of Stones, or my Shelter card. Well, I guess it's not shelter, it's protection. I always think shelter when I look at this picture, though. Like you're in a sheltered situation. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Okay. All right. So the first thing that you need to know, Virgos, is that my Green Woman, whenever she shows up in reverse, this is my codependent card. This says that somebody's acting in a codependent way. Virgo, this is about you. Sorry to say. Actually, all three of these cards are about you. Codependent, meaning that you are taking on the responsibilities that other people should be handling for themselves as grown adults. They just should. But you don't have very much faith in them being able to achieve the things that they should be able to achieve as grown adults. And so you're just kind of taking over. However, as you're taking over, you're pretending like you don't mind that you're picking up their responsibilities and taking care of them, but you kind of do. You kind of do. This card basically talks about false ecstasy. This is about pasting on a smile and pretending everything's okay while something is really eating you up inside. Okay? So basically, you're stepping across your lines. You're stepping across your own boundaries into somebody else's boundaries, making decisions for them, taking care of things for them, taking care of responsibilities for them, and pretending like you're happy to do it when really you're not happy to do it. If you're not happy to do it, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? It makes you feel enslaved. Here's the trigger. The reason you're doing this right now is because you're in a sheltered situation. You're in a protected situation, which means that basically you have the resources so that you can take these codependent actions. Sometimes you don't have the resources to do that. Maybe you don't have the money to pay for somebody's bus ticket back and forth to work. That's assuming they're working. Right now, you have the resources to be able to help them. You know it, and they know it. So you're doing your codependent stuff because you can. Meanwhile, you're not very happy about it. You're pretending you are, but you're not very happy about it. The reason you're not very happy about it is because right now you're in this sheltered situation, but you know that if you continue to operate out of this sheltered situation and continue to be codependent to this person and pick up their responsibilities, that eventually you're not going to have that protection. You're not going to have that shelter. You're going to wear through it. You're going to run through it, and then you won't have that shelter. And then what happens? Then you're not in a sheltered situation. Then you're no longer able to be codependent. Then you have to cut off that other person. And guess what? You might not be able to pretend that you're so happy about it now because now you have no more resources left. Okay? But for the 9th, you still have resources left. You're still being codependent and you're pretending it's all okay when you know darn good and well it's not. Sorry, never told you I'm not going to throw you under the bus, guys. But that's what I've got coming up for Virgos. Have to tell you the way it is, because if I don't tell you the way it is, what good am I? You can't make changes if you don't know the truth. And by the way, everybody, we do have free will. So just because I see something here doesn't mean that it has to happen just the way I see it. If you guys, like Virgos, if you feel like that energy is coming in, like you're being codependent to this person and you really kind of don't want to, you have that choice. You have that free will. You don't have to do that. You can keep yourself from doing it. You don't have to do it just because the cards showed it. Okay? All right, so next up we're going to look at Libra for February 9th. I do offer private readings for those of you who are interested in those, either by phone or by Skype. I know a lot of people offer extended readings. I don't do the extended. I really don't. I mean, an extended is still just a general reading, looking at general energy. Why wouldn't you get a personal reading if you need a personal answer? I just don't really believe in extended generals. I don't think they're that helpful. Thank you, Ripple. So if you would like a private reading, all you have to do is contact me with the contact information listed and the website on the website in the description box below. Libra, what do you got? What do you have, Libra? Okay, Libras, you're starting out with the Seer in reverse. By the way, this is my Wildwood Tarot. And then you have the Bear in reverse. Ooh, okay. Wow. That's a lot of confusion, Libra. Okay, and then you've got the Spark of Life in reverse. Libras, you're really going through something on the 9th, I guess Sunday. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, Libra. With the Seer in reverse, you are super confused. This is just really can't tell up from down when the Seer's in reverse. This is somebody like me, somebody who can read energy, somebody who knows. They know what they want to do. They know what's coming up. They know why. They know the motivations. They know things, okay? When you have the Seer in reverse, this person does not know things. They are so confused. They can't be objective. If this is a person who reads cards, they can't even read the cards. They cannot figure out what is going on, okay? So, Libras, this is you. You are in a state of confusion, and I do mean massive confusion. You do not even know which way is up about a particular situation on the 9th. Now, let's look a little bit more at the situation. This is another card of confusion. This is a card about trying to make a decision, and the decision that you're trying to make has to do with keeping things status quo. You know, sometimes we get into a status quo that's comfortable. It's comfortable like an old pair of sneakers that has like 3 holes in it, but it fits our feet just perfectly. So in other words, it used to be comfortable. It's not comfortable anymore, but we're used to it. Okay? So you're trying to decide if you want to stay in something that's status quo or comfortable, because you know your way around with that situation, or if you want to create something new and dynamic. The thing about creating something new and dynamic is it's untested waters. It's not comfortable. You have to find your way around as you're creating it. And that can be a little intimidating and overwhelming. Okay? So you have a whole lot of confusion around this decision that you're having trouble making about whether you want to keep things status quo or whether you want to go out and create a whole new reality for yourself. Okay? Now, being blinded is a nice way to say it. Although, I won't say it's being blinded. Like you're aware, with this card, you're aware things are happening around you. You're aware that things are topsy-turvy. You're just having a hard time figuring out which way is topsy and which way is turvy. Okay? You know something's up. You just can't put your finger on getting all the puzzle pieces together. Now, my trigger card here. Spark of Life in reverse. I feel like there's something, Libras, that you wanted to begin or to pursue. However, that is being blocked. So you're not able to begin or pursue it. And I think that it's being blocked by somebody outside, somebody else that would have to participate with this. They're just not willing to participate with this new beginning, okay? So you're not able to pursue this new beginning that you want to pursue, Libra. And because you're not able, that's what's causing this confusion. Okay, what do I do now? Do I keep trying for this new beginning? Even though this is not really comfortable anymore because the new beginning is not taken off, or do I go out and try and create something completely new somewhere else in some other area? Okay. So that's basically what's going on. You have a new beginning that you want to do that is being blocked. And that's throwing you into confusion of, okay, do I keep on working on this, or do I go out and do I start something totally and completely new and different? Okay. That, by the way, Libras, that would be something worth getting a reading on to get some clarity about, is it better for you to stick with this and keep moving forward? Best advice for how to make this new beginning happen? Or is it better for you to just move on and create something totally and wonderfully new? I would get a reading about that if it was me. Just saying. Just saying. All right. So that's Libra. Next up is going to be Scorpio, me and my fellow Scorpios. And this is going to be for February the 9th for Scorpios. Let's see what we have showing up. I do offer private readings for those of you who are interested in them, either by phone or by Skype. These are not extended readings that are good for the masses. This is a personal private reading. The best way to schedule one of those is to contact me via the contact information listed on my website in the description box below. Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. Oh, ho, ho, ho. We've got some heavy hitters too here. We have the Forest Lovers in reverse. By the way, this is my Wildwood Tarot deck. We have our Three of Arrows card in reverse, otherwise known in this deck as Jealousy. And we have our Journey card straight up. All right. We have some good things actually going on here. I know it kind of doesn't look like it when you see the reversals and you see that Journey card. It looks pretty intimidating, but the Journey card is our card. That's us anyway. So let's look at this. Forest Lovers in reverse. This is somebody that we considered a partner probably in the past, or we do consider a partner now, but we're having a hard time being on the same page with them. Okay? There may not be any communication going on between you and this person. We've got the Three of Arrows or the Jealousy card coming up in reverse. I honestly see this card more as insecurity than jealousy most of the time whenever it comes into play here. I'm going to call it insecurity this time too because I really feel like this is more about insecurity. Okay? So we have a situation where there's somebody that we would have considered a partner that we're no longer considering them a partner. This partnership is busted. Okay? And it caused some heartache whenever it was busted, but we are healing. We're getting to a place where we're starting to realize, you know what? Maybe it's okay that that's busted. Maybe it's actually for the best that that's busted. Maybe I'm not so sad about that after all. Okay? So I'm really liking that. And the reason that this is happening is because of this Journey card. The Journey card talks about changes. Okay? So you can see from the skull here, like all the meat has been ripped off of this. This thing has been taken down to the bare bones. All right? And so this is whatever happened that caused the heartache that we're now in a good place from, this partnership that came apart, it has caused some major transformation in us. It has shaken us down to the bare bones. But we've done some self-work. We have looked at our shadow. We have looked at the growth. We have looked at what needs to change about us because of this situation. Okay? And so we've been doing some serious reflecting with that moon. We've been doing some heavy duty spiritual work and spiritual regeneration with these crows going back and forth between fields, earth field, spiritual field, planes. Okay? We have a solid tree in the background. We're solid. We're solid no matter what kind of transformation happens, but we are going through some transformation. You know, trees transform every single year. They go through their cycles. No leaves at all, then buds, then leaves, creating nourishment. Then the leaves change colors, fall off, quit creating nourishment. And that tree makes it through the winter again. We've made it through the winter. We've made it through the winter. We've torn everything down to the bones, down to the basics. And now we're at a point where we're rebuilding. we're realizing, you know what, maybe this partnership that didn't work out, that busted up, maybe it's a good thing that it busted up. Actually, there's no maybe here. It's a good thing that it busted up. And now this is giving us a chance to rebuild in a better way than what we were before. If we're the tree, we're bigger now. We're more expanded. We have more branches. Okay, so this is really a good thing. This talks about doing some spiritual growth, really working on ourselves through this period and coming into a really good place, honestly. Coming into a really good place. We're letting go of that old thing that did not work out. We're letting go of the old insecurities from that thing working out. We're starting to realize our own worth again. And we're moving forward. We're moving forward, and we're moving forward better and stronger than we were before. We're like the bionic woman. We've had those surgeries. We've had things replaced that got mangled. And now those things are stronger, and we're moving forward better than we were before. Okay? So that's for Scorpios. Woot woot. Gotcha, Ripple. Sometimes new beginnings aren't about new beginnings with old people. Sometimes they're about new beginnings with yourself. Maybe new beginnings with a new person. But a lot of times, new beginnings with yourself. Something to think about. All right, up next we have Sagittarius. This is Sagittarius for February the 9th. I do offer private readings for those of you who are interested in these, either by phone or by Skype. These are highly personal private readings. We're not talking about extended readings, which is still looking at the energy of the masses. This is looking strictly at your energy, much more accurate. Best way to schedule one of those is to contact me using the contact information listed in the website in the description box below the video. Sagittarius, you guys saw me shuffle, thank goodness. All right, so the first card that came out is my Three of Arrows, what I call the insecurity card. Second card that came out for you, Saggies, is the Heron in reverse. And then the last card that came out is Mourning in reverse. You guys are giving me a headache. You guys are giving me a headache. Okay, Sagittarius. Insecurity. You do have some insecurity about something. The something you have insecurity about is about picking up where you left off and continuing on, picking up where you left off or continuing on with somebody. Whether it's a company, whether it's a person, whatever that is. Okay? So you have a lot of insecurity about continuing on or picking up where you left off with somebody or something. All right? And this is for the 9th. The reason that you're having that insecurity is because there is something in the past with this situation that really hurt you, that totally put your heart in the blender. And you are in a situation now where you're starting to recover from that and you're starting to see that there's light at the end of the tunnel. You're not totally, completely healed from it, but you can see that you're getting there. You can see that you've made major progress. You can see that you're almost totally healed from it. You're a lot closer than you used to be. You're at least 60% there. So you're more than halfway. So you're more than halfway from healed from whatever this was in the past that really sent you for a loop. And this person just wants to continue on as if nothing happened, or this company. They want to continue on as if your heart never got thrown in the blender. Everything's fine. It's all cool. You're feeling really insecure about that because you remember that your heart was in the blender. You haven't forgotten. You haven't even totally healed about it yet. You're not so sure that this is a good idea. And yet I think you are moving forward. In spite of your hesitations and in spite of your unsureness, I think you are moving forward in hopes that things can work out better this time. You don't have to. That choice is up to you. But there's definitely some hesitation about carrying on with this person as if nothing happened, because it has been kind of a big deal for you to get any kind of healing over what happened between you and this person or you and this group of people in the past. Okay, that's for Sagittarius. Next up, we'll do Capricorn. All right, so thank you guys for all the thumbs ups. Thank you for sharing this video. I do appreciate that. Thank you for spending some of your precious time here with me. I do offer private readings for those of you who are interested in, and these are not extended readings dealing with the mass energy, just like this reading does. These are private readings focused just on your energy. Those are available either by phone or by Skype, and the best way to schedule one of those is to reach out and get a hold of me with the contact information listed on the website in the description box below this video. Oh, Capricorn. Okay. You guys have my clearance card showing up in reverse. Fox card also showing up in reverse. And the Stag card showing up in reverse. Capricorns. I'm not liking this for you. I'm not liking this for you, my friends. Capricorns, there is something going on with somebody who's younger than you, more immature than you if they're not biologically younger than you. And this person is somebody who they like to cause other people to laugh, but sometimes the means which they use to do that can be very sarcastic and cutting and can be very hurtful to other people. Okay? And what I've got going on, Capricorn, is that this person has caused some kind of havoc in your life, some kind of chaos in your life. And you're wanting to clear out that havoc and chaos. You're wanting to find some peacefulness and just some flow in your life, but you're not able to because it seems like this person just continues to add. Every time you get one fire put out, this person's starting another fire and getting some things going again. Okay? And that's what's going on in the ninth. You guys are you're playing the fireman. You're trying to put out fires here and there and everywhere. And then this person is starting fires here and there and everywhere, fanning the flames. Okay? Why is this going on? Why is this going on? Stag in reverse. Capricorns, is this the same person? Okay. This person who you're dealing with and putting out fires for all over the place, this person is coming up as my classic narcissist or having very strong narcissistic tendencies. Okay? So if you don't know anything about what a narcissist is or what a narcissist does, I highly recommend you do some research so you know what you're dealing with here. There's a lot to know. There's a lot to know. In a nutshell, a narcissist is someone who comes off at first, and to people who don't get to know them well, as somebody who is a pillar of the community, upstanding, charming person. Nice guy, salt of the earth type person or lady. However, the closer you get to them, the more you get to know them, the more you realize that they are really all about them, and they will do just about whatever it takes to convince you to do whatever they want you to do for them. Which means they can be crooked, they can lie, they can be manipulative, they can be deceptive, they can throw massive ass 4-year-old fits even though they might be 43 years old or 83, doesn't really matter. Okay? So the reason you're running around trying to put out fires and not getting anywhere because this person is stirring up more is because this person is a narcissist, and this is just kind of what they do. They keep the stress and the drama going all the time. They have the triangulation going. They have the neediness going. They have the silent treatment going. Whatever works for them in that moment. But there's always drama because they don't know how to live without that drama. They don't know how to live without that intention. Okay? So this is your trigger. This is why you're working your butt off to try and find peacefulness in your life, because you've got this person in your life and they're not all about peacefulness. They need the drama. They thrive on it. Okay? So that's for you for the 9th Capricorn. So sorry. So sorry. Southern Blonde, hello, hello. Glad to see you here, my dear. Alrighty, up next, we're going to look at Aquarius. All right, so this is for Aquarius for February 9th. Thank you so much Thank you so much for all of you being here and hanging out with me, sharing some of your precious time on this Saturday. I do offer private readings for individuals either on the phone or Skype. This is not an extended reading where we look at the energy of the masses like this reading. This looks just at your particular energy. The best way to schedule one of those is to use the website, the contact information on the website in the description box below. Aquarius, how do you get in such funky situations? I'm just feeling like you're kind of sitting on your couch asking yourself this question right now. How do I get in such funky situations? Only me. Only I could find myself in a situation like this. Let's see what's going on with you. What's your funky situation, Aquarius? Doesn't look so funky to me. Not yet. Yeah, not yet. I'm liking it, actually. This is kind of the opposite of the Taurus message today. Okay, so Aquarius, what you have showing up is my abundance card, my blasted oak card in reverse, and my clearance card. Like it, like it. Okay. These cards go together perfectly. All right. The first card talks about abundance, talks about having plenty to do all the things you want to do, all the things that you need to do. Okay. The second card, this blasted oak in reverse, talks about that in the past there was a situation that made you feel secure that you thought might last indefinitely that got pulled out of your experience quickly, and unexpectedly. Here's the feeling that I'm getting on this card, though, and this is the second time I've got this same feeling. I think you took this out of your own experience. Now, even though it made you feel secure and you thought it might last forever, it was also boring you. You were stagnating there. You weren't able to expand your horizons. And so I think you burned your bridge with whatever this was that was making you feel secure, Aquarius. And now what's going on, why this fits so well with the abundance card, is because now whatever that was that made you feel secure before, you found its replacement with this card coming in reverse. You found something else to make you feel secure, something else that is going to be in your life indefinitely, something else that you can rely on, but it's a better version of what was there before. So now you can even expand in this. There's room for growth in this. Okay. And so because of that, you're feeling really abundant on the 9th. You've got everything you need and want on the 9th. Very cool. It's like you have made it through a dark time and now you're in this where you have the light. You're out in the light at the end of the tunnel now. Now, the trigger for this, and this is why I say you're the one that burnt that bridge originally. The trigger for this is clearance. You cleared out something that was no longer allowing you to grow. You got rid of that. Because you got rid of that, and that may not have happened on the 9th, it probably didn't. Because you got rid of that thing that was making you stagnate, now you're feeling abundant. Now you're in something where you have room to grow and expand. Okay? Very cool message for you, Aquarius. Yay. Very much happy for you there. Alrighty. And then next up, let's take a peek at Pisces for February 9th. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. I do offer private readings for individuals if you're interested in those, either by phone or by Skype. Okay. La da da da, da 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 da, la da da da, la da da. Pisces, Pisces. Okay, what comes up for Pisces? Let's stop with the 3. Okay, Pisces, you're starting off with that dedication card. Woo, woo. And you've got the tradition card. This is 2 nines, coming close to the completion of a cycle, and an 11, a master number. And you've got the woodward. By the way, this is my Wildwood Tarot that I'm using today for this video. Alrighty, so Pisces, what we have starting off, this is beautiful. I love it. So Pisces, on the 9th, I think you're very much dedicated to the idea of finding your own Zen, finding your own peace, understanding the strength of who you are in the universe, possibly meditating, possibly spending time in nature. Either way, finding your Zen. You're really dedicated to the idea of finding your own Zen on the 9th. Your own peace, tranquility, your own empowerment, your own very accurate idea of who you are in the universe. Well, I really love it. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And why are you doing this? Here's the trigger. You're doing this because you have a decision that's coming up that you have to make about somebody that's in your sphere of influence. And they have done something that has not ended well. And you kind of have to make a decision if they intended for it to end well and they just got off track somewhere and didn't know how to fix it, or if their ultimate motivation was for this thing to turn out exactly the way that it did. Okay? And you want to make a very fair, grounded decision about this. You want this to be a correct and good decision. Okay? And because you want it to be a correct and good decision, you are taking the time to get really grounded yourself, to find that Zen, to find that peaceful spot, to find that meditative place where your intuition is as strong as it can be. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing for you for the 9th, Pisces. Thank you, all of you, for stopping by and for hanging out with me, for spending some of your precious time on this Saturday with me. I do appreciate it. Thank you to all of you who have thumbs up this video and who have shared this video with others if you found it helpful. Thank you also those of you who buy private readings from me. I appreciate all of your support in every way. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful, thrilling weekend, and I'll see you guys back here on the next video. Peace out.